isang pamamaraan na pwedeng gamitin upang ang
BDPPRA is a tool that enables communities to awaken people's participation.
At dahil sa mapanlahok ito, alam natin na mismo yung tao
Through it, the people play a major role in the development of their barangay.
Development ng kanilang barangay.
Ang Barangay Bagong Silang ay natatangi sa lahat ng barangay na
Barangay Bagong Silang is unique among all the barangays of Los Baños because it is within the Makiling Forest Reserve, which is under the University of the Philippines. By law, human settlements are not allowed in forest reserves. Bagong Silang is, however, a peculiar case because it has been occupied for generations. They negotiated with the university to allow them to stay. In return, they swore to care for the forest reserve. Bagong Silang does not have roads, electricity, or water.
Kaya kami nananatili dito, palibasay ito nga pong lugar na ito ay minananaman.
We remain here because we inherited this land from our foreparents. Even if life here is hard, we bear it.
Ang ninanais at hangarin ng lahat ng naninirahan, mga lehitimong naninirahan dito, ang patuloy.
The dream of all legitimate residents is to see a self-reliant Bagong Silang no longer under threat from the university.
Hindi na nililigalig ng pamantasan, katulad na rin ng ibang barangay.
Like other barangays, we yearn the freedom to develop the community.
Ng buong komunidad.
Ay ang kalimitan ng ikinabubuhay dito ng mga tao ay ang katulad ng mga produkto, mga halaman. Gaya halimbawa ho nito.
Our main livelihood is in selling plant products. The coconut, for example, is a major source of ready income.
Ay pangmadali ang pagkitaan.
We bring our products to the markets of Los Baños, Santo Tomas, and Bae.
Palengke ng Santo Tomas, gayon din po sa Bae.
That is how we make a living.
Ikinabubuhay dito.
Walang barangay hall.
No barangay hall, no water, no chapel, no elementary school.
Palibasa nga dito ako pinanganak ay naging mahal sa akin ang lugar.
Because I was born here, I love this place. My deepest aspirations is for the coming generations. So I decided to lead because no one was taking the initiative.
Dahil sabi ko nga, may karapatan ang lugar.
This place has the right to development as it is a registered barangay. To promote a development respectful of the environment, the barangay officials approached Pilar, a local NGO.
Ang bisyon ng Pilar ay maisulong ang isang malakas, autonomous o nagsasarili at self-reliant.
Pilar's vision is to promote strong, autonomous, and self-reliant communities with dynamic local government units that empower the people through active participation in governance and community development.
Ang isang konkretong paraan ng pagpapakita nito sa mga barangay partners ng Pilar.
A concrete expression of this among our barangay partners is the making of a 5-year development plan using the PRA or the Participatory Resource Appraisal Method. Here, various groups of people participate in making the 5-year plan.
Mahalaga ang PRA tools sa Participatory Local Development Plan.
PRA tools are important to participatory local development planning because they clarify the overall political, economic, socio-cultural, as well as environmental situation of the barangay.
Dahil simple at visual itong mga PRA tools, karamihan ng mga tao,
Because the tools are simple and visual, it does not exclude the very old and the young. Even people with little formal education can take part. We say their participation is crucial because everybody has something to contribute in the barangay plan.
Pangatlo, dahil bukas itong proseso na ito sa lahat, nagkakaroon na...
Because it is an inclusive process, the community engage in prioritization. This is vital because they agree on what to take on first, and the resources are allocated on the urgent issues of the community.
Ang partnership ng Kaisahan with Pilar,
The partnership between Kaisahan and Pilar in Los Baños, Laguna is a significant experience of cooperation between various stakeholders on the local level towards their development.
kanilang kaunlaran.
The Transect Walk is a PRA tool that visually represents the natural resources of a barangay.
Mula Purok 1 hanggang Purok 3, kami po ay naglakad. Nakita po namin doon yung mga uri ng halaman, uri ng lupa.
We walked from Purok 1 up to Purok 3. We saw the different plants, soil conditions, and the problems like water and plant diseases.
Aming barangay development plan, amin po itong may papasok upang...
So when we made the barangay development plan, we considered all of these observations.
Mga plano
sa
namin.
nakita natin sa paglalakad, ano po yung sa palagay nyo na physical na anyo ng inyong barangay?
Using PRA tools, the community agreed that the lack of water is their main problem. They asked the university to allow them to build a water system. After securing the permit, they made a project proposal seeking financial assistance. They sent the proposal to different government agencies. The Australian Embassy was one of those that shouldered the expenses.
Sa pagkakagusto nga ng tao na magkaroon ng masaganang tubig o maabot ito, ay araw-araw talaga.
In their desire to have water, the community worked every day for more than 3 months.
Na araw-araw ay bayanihan sa paggagawa. Inaabot pa nga ng...
We harnessed the bayanihan or community spirit. Sometimes we worked till night.
Pagkain, nagsagot ng tanghaliya.
People donated food for lunch or snacks or shared their meals.
Mahalaga ang ginawang itong patubigan dito sa aming barangay dahil
The water system brings water to the entire barangay of Bagong Silang.
ngayon talagang malaking pasasalamat namin.
We are grateful to the barangay officials and the people who work together as one. This is a product of the community spirit.
Bayanihan ang ginawa namin dito, hindi kami tumanggap ng upa.
We did not receive any payment for our labor from the municipality.
Hindi sakripisyo ng taong
It is the people's sacrifice that built this water system.
para ng aming patubigan ito.
Simula nga na makuha namin yung tubig na ipagkaloob sa amin, ay ipinakita namin.
Shortly after they let us build the water system, we developed a tree planting program.
At rin kami na itanim ng puno ng kahoy, ganun din ng kawayan, 1,000 puno ng kawayan.
We must have planted 1,000 trees. We have also planted 1,000 bamboos.
Na meron kami itinatayo ngayon kami ng nursery.
We are now building a nursery. This is our new project, tree planting for livelihood.
For livelihood.
Bahagi ng kanilang environmental governance o yung bahagi sa pag-preserve or conserve ng environment.
As part of their environmental governance to conserve the environment, they patrol the area to deter illegal logging and the destruction of the forest reserve.
Pagsira dun sa kapaligiran o sa mismong mga kagubatan. Ito rin ay kaugnay dun sa tinatawag nating likas kayang pag-unlad.
What they do is also in line with Lakas Kayang Pag-unlad, or using available natural resources for the development of the community while taking care of the resources for future generations.
Sustainable para sa future generation.
Una sa lahat, kapag kami gumawa ng pagpuputol, o kaya ay pagpapalawak ng kaingin.
When someone cuts a tree or expands his plot of land for cultivation,
barangay tanod at tapos yung meron din sasama.
a neighbor reports this and we send the barangay tanods. Also, there is the forest protection that monitors these transgressions.
Dahil nga itong puntahan ng maraming tao na kung saan ay ito sakop din ng aming
A lot of people come here in summer. This place is under our care as this is part of our barangay. So we do our best to protect the forest despite the multitude of visitors.
Ito lalo na tuwan ay delikado, lalo na sa mga nagka-camping o kaya mga hikers na mag-asig.
There are many dangers from hikers and campers who start campfires that can burn down the forest. That is why we double our vigilance and effort. We ask assistance from NGOs, POs, various organizations, and government agencies that can lend a hand to help us care for the forest.
Sa mga nagkakalat ng basura, so pinagsasabihan din po namin sila.
We remind people to mind their garbage and to dispose it properly.
Bali, nami-maintain namin yung municipal ordinance na.
We also help to enforce the municipal ordinance that prohibits loitering after 10 in the evening.
Patungo dun sa mga campsite nila.
Sinimulan namin ito na noong umpisa at sila yung aming mga kasama.
We started this initiative a long while back with the help of first aid organizations like Sagip and Red Cross.
Pagbabantay nito at saka sa mga nagkakaroon ng injury, kami tumutulong.
They help us protect the forest and they provide medical assistance to hikers who come here to enjoy Mount
Sa
Makiling.
bundok na Makiling.
lumapat yung sahig, yung flooring ng sahig namin para...
This area is prone to flooding. It is underwater for 6 months of the year during the rainy season.
6 months na malaki ang tubig, 6 months naman na walang tubig.
In the 6 months when it is dry, we can grow vegetables. But when the rains come, we cannot plant or raise anything.
Hindi na kami makapagtanim.
Sa pamamagitan ng BDP-PRA na isinagawa sa aming barangay, natutunan ng mga tao na
Through the
makilahok
BDP-PRA, the people learn to participate in the decision-making and planning processes of the barangay.
kababaihan, yung aming mga kabataan, yung aming mga nasa tinatawag na senior citizen.
Women, youth, and senior citizens all came to make a plan that they can say is their own.
Meron talagang partisipasyon sila.
Sa ngayon, ang ginagawa nila ay tinatawag na resource and social map.
What they are busy making is called the resource and social map. In it, we can see the resources of the barangay and its present condition.
Ano ang kahalagahan ng ginagawang ito?
What is the importance of this tool?
Malaman una nga kung ano yung kondisyon nito.
It reveals the state of the resource, the benefit it brings to the community, and how it can be developed for the people of Tadlak.
Mamamayan dito sa Barangay Tadlak.
Ito sa tulong din ng
This is through the assistance of Pilar. They raised our knowledge and awareness, and that is wonderful.
Alis nila.
Nung magtulungan ng mga tao, naramdaman nilang masarap pala yung tumutulong.
The people know that to help others without expecting anything in return gives you a warm feeling inside.
Ito ay naramdaman ng mga tao, kaya pagka kami dumawag uli kami na isa.
So when the barangay asked for volunteers to clean up the river, many came.
Tadlak, isang beses lang kami nagsabi.
This is despite the fact that the appeal for assistance was only made once. You can count on the people for support. All they asked was snack for all the volunteers.
Para sa mga nagtatrabaho.
Dahil kasama sa proseso yung mga tao,
Because the people are part of the development planning process, there is a high sense of ownership. The community is part of the planning, implementation, monitoring, and evaluation phases. The results are better projects and programs and efficient use of limited resources.
Yut na rin po ang tubig nito at ang mga isda po ay namamatay. So nakita po rin ng mga mamamayan ng Barangay Tadlak, nakita na rin po ng mga nanonood.
The lake was polluted and the fish died, so the citizens and the leadership realized that there is no sense to continue like this.
Itong mga cages nito na 500 square meter na lang bawat isang operator ang masasako niya.
We passed an ordinance that reduced the size of cages to 500 square meters per operator.
Sukat ng cages. So utay-utay na po silang...
The operators realized they cannot make a profit from such small cages. So one by one, they all peacefully left.
Ang naitulong po ng mga taga-rito sa amin, ang aming mga kanayon ay yung bayanihan po. Tumulong po sila nang walang hinintay na gantimpala.
Because of the community spirit, the people volunteered to clean up the lake. They dismantled the abandoned fish cages in response to the barangay's request.
Ay tumulong para maglinis nitong dagat-dagatang ito. Kaya po, tao rin po naman kasi dito ay lahat po ng aming adikain para sa kagaling.
The people are one with us in our dream to develop the community.
Sila ay mamamayan dito sa barangay na ito.
Alam nyo, normally, yung mga plano ng mga barangay, nakafocus lang sa kalimitan sa infrastructure development lang.
Most barangay plans are focused solely on infrastructure development.
Sa barangay Tadla, binibigyan din nila ng diin equally.
What is different in Tadlak is that they also look at the livelihood needs of their citizens.
Upliftment ng community nila.
They also consider the welfare of the women and the poor.
Na mga maralita. At binibigyan din nila ng diin yung kung paano magagamit.
And they also think of how to use their natural resources for their economic betterment.
Ekonomiya ng kanilang mamamayan.
So ngayon po, nung matutunan
We
namin
learned that we should involve the NGOs, POs, and organizations in the barangays. So now it is much better. Our projects reach all of our 6 districts and we learn the problems of the people. BDP-PRA has really helped us.
Dito, sinasabi din ng council na comprehensive.
The council says that the plans are comprehensive because various sectors and groups of citizens are part of the planning.
Pangailangan at nabibigyan solusyon. At siguro impact din sa implementation.
And there is impact in the implementation. Now, the Barangay Council has an ally in the implementation of the programs and projects for the benefit of the community.
Una sa lahat ay ipinapakita ko bilang ako punong barangay. Ganun din ang aking mga kagawad, ang aking mga barangay tanod.
When the people see the leadership from the barangay captain, councilors, up to the tanods busy at work, then others follow suit.
Ay yung mga tao ay nagkukusang loob na rin.
Out of their free will, they help in the projects for the barangay.
Tupad namin sa barangay.
Isa sa malakas na sangkap ng kaunlaran ay ang angwastong pamumuno.
An important ingredient of development is leadership. In leadership, we need sharing. Just because you're in a position does not mean you can do everything you please in the way that you want. You must learn to listen to the people and harness what they can contribute to the development of the community.
Para sa kaunlaran ng ating barangay.
We must give of ourselves and develop respect for leadership and for each other.
Kasi yung mga tao, hindi man sila binayaran para gawin to. Yun ay ginawa para mas maging maayos yung
The people were not paid to clean the river, but in return, it is the people themselves who will benefit from this.
Mamamayan, no? Kasi yung ganung klase.
The mutual assistance, the community spirit is a step in the right direction. We should awaken the people to the fact that all of us are responsible and have a duty to society.
At kita ko rin na very much involved ang mga various organizations.
I also see the involvement of various organizations, NGOs, and government agencies for fisheries development like Picamard.
Ang mga non-government organizations like Pilar
and non-government organizations like Pilar who help them in their planning.
Yun ang nakita ko medyo.
That is what sets Tadlak apart from other barangays in Los Baños.
Ang PRA ay maaaring gamitin para simulan.
PRA may be used to start the process for building empowered, sustainable communities.
Pero ang kaunlaran ng kanayunan ay maisusulong lamang kung mayroon na tuloy-tuloy na pagkakaroon.
But the development of the countryside can be realized when there is a fundamental change in the culture of participation among the stakeholders of sustainable development.
Ng pagbabago sa relasyon ng mga namumuno.
When there is a change in the relationship between leaders and members of the community.
Pagpapalabas at paggamit ng mga pulisiya at batas.
And when we make and use policies and laws that empower communities.
Thank you.